Hi, my name is Emily, and this is the Delight Knits podcast, episode 8. Today is February 18th of 2022, and this is my podcast where I like to talk about all that I am knitting on. I don't really crochet much, but it may be thrown in there every now and then. And sometimes I dabble into some yarn dyeing. I haven't done that in a while, but I'm kind of getting the itch to do that, so maybe soon. I just want to say welcome to all my new viewers and my returning viewers. Thank you very much to those of you who keep coming back to watch more. I'm very grateful for it. You can find me on Instagram at delight_knits. You can find me on Ravelry as Delight Knits, one word. And you can also email me at delightknits@gmail.com. So for today's podcast, I have a couple finished objects. I've got just a couple WIPS and a couple acquisitions. So it might be kind of short, but we'll see. So my first finished object, I don't remember if I had cast on last time, but I finished a pair of socks. And so these are just some that vanilla socks with a little added touch. These are for my sister Megan. I think I did talk about casting them on last time with all that was going on in my life in January. My sister was a big help, and so these are a thank you for her, thank you gift. So the yarn is, the purple is a 75/25 that I dyed myself. I think my son's grunting over there to wake up here in a minute. Let's see if I can get through this. So the purple is a yarn that I dyed myself. Is actually leftovers from my Winter Lights shawl. And then the pink was a 20-gram mini that I got from Ruby and Rose's yarn. And I used every last bit of that 20-gram mini for heels, toes, cuffs, and then these little sporty stripes. I think I do in my Ravelry project page talk about how many stripes or what I did for these stripes here. I knit these toe up. I took each of the skeins of yarn, the pink and the purple, and I split them in half because I wanted to use up every last bit of it. So I split them in half. I started toe up and did a fish lips kiss heel. The toe I did magic loop and then 9-inch circulars all the way through the rest. And then I did, I did these on a size 0 2mm needles, 9-inch circ, and then a 2x2 rib at the top with a stretchy bind off. For the stripes, I did the 3 pink stripes, and the pink are 2 rows, and the purple is 3 in between. So I will gift these to her next time I see her, and I know she's going to love them because she picked out the colors herself. So my next finished object, I actually hadn't even talked about, but I've got a couple dishcloths that I've knit in the last 2 years ago, and mine are starting to get worn out, and one of them's actually come apart. So I went ahead and purchased some knit Picks Dishie, and I've been knitting. These came in Saturday, or all my yarn came in on Saturday, and so I've knit 5 dishcloths since then. I've got one in the navy. Let me see, do these even tell you? Oh yeah. One in the navy, one in, well, that one doesn't. A tealish, or 2 in teal, and 2 in pomegranate. And so the way I knit these is cast on 3, and you knit one, knit front back all the way across, turn it and do it over and over again until you get it as wide as you want. These I did to 45 stitches, and then I started decreasing, knit one, knit two together, knit across, turn and do the same thing until you get down to 3 and then weave in your ends. So I've got 5 dishcloths there. I will show you all the other colors that I bought towards the end of acquisitions. But I am hoping so we can kind of get this into WIPS, because obviously I'm gonna have dishcloth on my needles. Well, I don't currently because I finished one this morning before I started. But I will have planned to have a dishcloth on my needles, and I'm hoping on my maternity leave to finish one a day, one every 2 days, something like that. I've got quite a bit of Dishie to work through, but that's my plan with those. So now we'll talk about my WIPs. My next WIP is a shawl that I have cast on in the beginning of January for the Shawllalong with We Share Needles. This is my Honey, I Shrunk the Stash shawl. It's only got one color attached to it. So this is an all-over brioche shawl designed to use leftovers, and these are all leftovers of the same base of yarn that I've dyed. And I've gone through it in the last 2 podcasts, I think. But I've since, let's see, here's my progress keeper. So I've done actually quite a bit. I've done half of the purple and the striping in the purple, and then part of the blue, probably about half of the blue. This stitch marker is from Sassafras Knits, and the progress keeper, I believe, is from Kay's Crochet Creations. Let me double check that. I think so. I love this leaf, it's gorgeous. But with the purple, I had actually running out, and so I have a little bit less in this section than I did my normal 2 rows here, and then I only did half rows here because I knew I was running out. So it kind of looks, it's a scrappy shawl. It kind of keeps it together, but now I'm going through the blue, and then the next color I have is brown. And then, so I've got brown and then one more color, and then I'll decide the size, or look at the size there and decide if I want to do more, because I actually have quite a bit of the mauve and navy and sand colors that I started off with. So I can always end up with that. But this is that shawl. It's Honey, I Shrunk the Stash by Knit Graffiti or Leslie Ann Robinson. I am using my ChowGoo size 3 3.25 millimeter needles. I believe it's a 40-inch cable, maybe a 32-inch cable. I'm not super sure. But I love my ChowGoos. So with this being it's a scrappy, meant to use your scraps, but my scraps are so large, I went ahead and did planned striping. And I think I've got it in my project page, how I planned like the stripes or fades or transitions between colors. But I am loving this project, and I'm hoping to make some more progress on it this week. I mainly did all of this last week. I don't think I've even touched this project this week. So I will move that progress keeper up, and we'll see how much progress I make next time. So let's do that before I forget. And I am keeping this in my By the Bag Bag Co. bag that I got for Christmas. I love this. It's like a canvas bag. There's the 2 pockets on the outside, and then there's 2 pockets on the inside. As you can see, I've got stuff in my notions pouch, and my little notepad that has my striping sequence on it that I mark off and it is a drawstring. It has 2 handles. I love it. My other WIP is the only thing I've been working on this week, and I've been absolutely in love with it. This is my Salem sweater by Hoard yarn, or Tristin Molina. I have made so much progress on this, and I am knitting this. I've always wanted to knit it. It's been on my radar for quite some time, but I'm knitting it for the Crazy Cabled Cal. Let me turn my show notes over. The Crazy Cabled Sweaterkal, that's hosted by Sock Witchery, Lindsey of Sock Witchery, and Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. And so there's 3 balls of yarn attached to this, so it is quite a mess right now. But you can see the progress I made. This is the progress that I had made since the last podcast. From there down, and then each thing, progress keeper, from then on is the what I made in a day. So I did that one day, that the next, and all of this the next. And then I've also done my sleeve, and so I've done all of the sleeve, and I actually started here today. I don't have another progress keeper to do that. This stitch marker I got with a bag I purchased, I don't remember where. Actually, I think it was DMH Fiber in the Dallas area. And then I've got all 3 of these, or 4 of these progress keepers are from the Kay's Crochet Creations that I showed off as an acquisition last time. And this progress keeper, the pink one, is from ArkansasYarnCo. Using all the progress keepers. I am knitting these on my Haya Sharps. These are a 3.5 millimeter. Yeah, 3.5 millimeter US 4. And I am knitting the sleeves. Let me make sure that I didn't screw up. Okay, good. I thought they were a size bigger. So these are my Chowgoo shorties set. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking there outside. Could be barking at a deer. But these, I'm using my shorty set for the sleeves for the first time, and I am absolutely loving it. I am not the biggest fan of Magic Loop. It's just a lot of fumbling around. And I am loving these shorties for the sleeve. I feel like I'm flying on it. It is great. So here is, let me see if I can stretch out the cable for you. I am loving the sweater. I tried it on before or right after I split for sleeves. And I think the fit of this sweater is gonna be amazing. I've even thought, just since trying it on, that I would love to just make a normal sweater without the cable using these numbers. But I'll have to wait until this is finished before I determine that. So the yarn is, I'm using a fingering weight that I dyed myself. Is brown speckled. I've showed you before many times. And the mohair is a Suburban Stitcher bronze oopsie. And I'm loving how that's turning out. So I am using these to mark my increases. I've got a few more left. That's how many I have left to do. But I am loving this WIP. I've been working on it all week, and that's how much progress I've made. I do like to do my sleeves first, so I do a couple or an inch or so after the sleeve separation. And then I like to do my sleeves first, and then I can use, or I'm not worried about having yarn left over for my sleeves as I'm doing the body. So I can make the body as long as I want after I've done the sleeves, which is great. So this is actually the back, and this is the front, but the main portion is the cable that goes down the sleeves. And I am loving it. This one also has stitch markers from the same stitch marker from Sassafras Knits. Using the raglan shaping, I did use all of those, and then that little angel for the beginning of round. But I am loving this sweater whip. I'm hoping to give it a lot more love. I'd try it on, but the 32-inch cable that has the body on it will slide off, and I don't feel like switching over to a 40 yet while I'm doing the sleeves. But I love it. It's looking gorgeous. I'm loving it in this light right now. So I am keeping that. Oh, it's a whole lot of stuff. Lots of yarn going everywhere, but I'm keeping this in my By the Bay bag co. Little bucket bag. I don't know what they call it. It's just got the one there. And then there's a little pin from Kay's Crochet Creations that she put in. But that is what I've been working on all week, and it's been great. So I've also, acquisition-wise, I talked about all that Picks Dishie that I purchased. I went a little crazy, but this is what I've been thinking about it. So this is what the teal, I think it's a teal. Oh no, it's Kenai is that color. Those are the two that I finished. This is what I have left over. I could probably get a third one, but I wasn't sure. Same thing with the pomegranate. I even thought about striping these. Then I did navy. This is how much I have left over too. These are the needles I'm using. They are just wooden straight needles that came in a big set that before I became, let's say, capital K knitter that I used. So these just stay stuck in here. I would love to do some metal needles, but these I can not worry about. And I've also got so I've got more of each of those. I've got two more of the, so I had 3 of the pomegranate, 2 of the Kenai, and 2 of the navy. And I have 1 of each in these colors. My in-laws were over visiting to see my son 2 weeks ago. And I had each of them pick out a color, and I ordered a few more colors for myself and my parents, because we have all kind of mentioned that we wanted, or all of my sister-in-laws were saying that they loved the knitted dishcloths that I gave them a couple of years ago, and a couple of theirs were tearing up kind of like mine are, and so I told them all to pick out a color, and I will knit them some this year. So hopefully we'll get those finished up and to them before the end of the year. Maybe Christmas, we'll see. I also have one other, so that's the only purchase I made, but I won a giveaway from Lindsey of Always Yarn First. She is hosting the Slash My Stash 2022 Mal, where you can post on Instagram what you're knitting with, and as long as it is yarn that was not purchased in 2022, is purchased prior to 2022, you can enter into this cal. It's only on Instagram. Just use the hashtag below. Lindsey has a YouTube channel, which I love to watch. She's also from Arkansas, so I like watching other people from Arkansas. And she's got an Instagram. This cal is only on Instagram, but I won for January, and she sent me this beautiful skein of Woolberry yarn. It's in their berry cashmere base, an 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon in the colorway Stress Tap Dancing. And I am absolutely in love with this colorway. I've been wanting to try Woolberry for a while, but they are such a popular yarn dyer that I haven't gained the courage to try to make an update. She also sent this ArkansasYarnCo Progress Keeper. Gotta love the Progress Keepers. I love the resin ones too. But I'm thinking of making this into a muscle burrow because I'm not quite, I don't think I want to do cashmere and socks, but we'll see. I think this would make a gorgeous muscle burrow though. So thank you, Lindsey, for sending that to me. Might get to it this year, might not, we'll see. I'm hoping to get those 2 big WIPS, my shawl and sweater, off the needles here soon because I've got a couple more sweaters planned. Let's see what else. So life-wise, I am still on maternity leave. My son is 1 month old. Yesterday was actually his due date. And he turned 1 month old on the 12th. And he has been doing great. He's eating and growing like a weed. I have enjoyed my maternity leave and watching Law & Order SVU, binging that and knitting, and of course doing some cleaning here and there. And I'm actually working here and there so I don't go back to work and seem flooded with everything. So life-wise, that's pretty much it. We are hoping to put up my daughter's swing set this weekend. My parents and my father-in-law are coming down to help with that. Sorry, I'm looking outside. It's a gorgeous day out. But we were planning on putting up this swing set the weekend before my water broke. And of course, you know, water broke. My son was born and that ruined those plans. So we're hoping to get that up this weekend. And she will absolutely love it. She loves spending time outside. We've got our church actually has a swing set. And every day at church, it's not fun tearing her away from that to go home and eat lunch. So I'm so ready to have this up, and we're going to spend so much time out there this summer on it. But I think that is all I have to show you today. If you liked this podcast, liked listening to me talk about all my yarn adventures, my knitting, I would love for you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't post much on Instagram. I would love to try and do better at that, but I can't promise anything. Yeah. The endings are always so awkward to me. But I hope y'all have a great morning, day, evening, whatever time it is, whatever day it is for you as you watch this. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.